Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlethems of the jury, I am innocent, and in this this is the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles Part 21, brought to you by our friends over at Capcom. We'll give them a big shout out before I basically turn this into what can only be described as a horrible clown circus, Clussy included. Anyway, tonight we are going to be joined by three fabulous people, and they will introduce themselves now, and there will be no complaining. Alfina.
Actually, come back to me because I'm fixing a cushion.
Okay, Oni.
Hello, it's Oni.
I have a valid reason.
If you want to listen to me ramble on about how much I love Final Fantasy, like I was doing earlier, you can check me out. I don't know. I draw sometimes and I play fighting games. Actually, DNF Duel drops like tomorrow, so I'm probably going to play now.
Yeah. Chris.
I'm Chris Series. I do variety streaming, play lots of retro games, lead the raid group Blitz, and we have a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Alfina. I still am trying to fix this fucking pillow.
All right. We'll blame the pillow for that one. Is it pillow pants?
No, I'm trying to put the fucking lumbar pillow back on my chair because my back hurts.
Did anyone get my pillow pants reference?
I mean, I would have said hammer pants, but you know.
Really? No Clerks 2 appreciators to be seen?
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's her pillow pants.
Golly, that's been a bit.
Hasn't it?
Like, Clerks 1 references, I'm usually more on top of than Clerks 2 anyway, but...
Dude, I still shit
been a
bricks about that. The first time I watched it, like, my God, the amount of shit that went on in that movie. It's so good, though.
Okay, I feel like worlds better from fixing that pillow. Thank you for giving me the moment to do that.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Anyway, whence we left off, we were about to finger a suspect, and not in the way that most of you would appreciate. We were asked who else could have perpetrated the crime of basically screwing with the crime scene. That would be this dingus.
Excuse me. I'm afraid I was unable to hear you, Counsel. Again, please. And louder this time. I dare say my learned friend's timid tone is a reflection of the confidence he has as his lawyer. As his answer. Whoops. So that's all the sweat is about, is it?
Okay, maybe I was wrong. I forget actually kind of where we left off. I know we were in fact fingering a suspect. Oh,
We already got past the who moved the crime scene.
yeah,
That was who actually did it.
yeah. We must nearly be at the end of the line.
Counsel, I say again. You will name this other person who could have perpetrated the crime.
Potato Wedges McGee? Nah. It's this smug man.
Can it be Sherlock Holmes for my own amusement?
Excuse me. These are a bunch of lines that I've read already.
Really?
Mr. Gyarados couldn't have done because he threw the book out the window.
He didn't throw the book.
Or, well, he helped
Oh,
make the
yeah,
book
yeah.
unfair. They were dealing with the book and the falling out the window.
It's his wife. I'm an idiot. I probably should have spent 5 minutes rewatching this. All right, I got it this time. Third time's the charm.
Still stand by Sherlock Holmes.
The defense would once again like to request the cross-examination of a new witness, my lord.
Once again? Return of the Mac?
My assistant made the same request earlier. In order to finally reveal the truth about this case, it's imperative that we cross-examine juror number 4, Mrs. Joan Garrideb.
Me? Oh, dearie me.
Objection!
That request has already been denied.
Objection!
Objection. But the situation is very different now. Mrs. Garadeb, answer me this.
What do you want now, you little toad?
Literally me every time I DM Alfina about something. At the time of the incident, you were engaged in a violent argument with your husband, Mr. John Garadeb. And in the course of the argument, a minor house fire was ignited. And to clear the smoke from the room, your husband opened a window that looks out over Briar Road.
Well, what of it?
You threw this book at your husband when he was cornered with his back against the window. Upon striking the pane of the open-top hinged casement window, the book plummeted directly down, finding its way to what we know now to be the true scene of the incident.
Yes, and as I said, what of it?
During the argument, you were beside yourself with rage. As such, you threw not just books, but anything you could lay your hands on. So, let me ask you one more time, Garadeb. This knife, the one removed from the victim's back, have you really never laid eyes on it before?
There's a lot of dots. I don't recall it.
I plead the fifth. Seriously?
Am I supposed to remember everything I picked up and threw at my husband? Like asking me if I would remember everything I would throw at Q. This is why we're a country apart.
Yeah, basically.
And anyway, the man over there and all that regalia said that members of the jury needn't testify, didn't he?
Okay, how mad would you be if I hit like the next button and Van Zeeks has been replaced with the regalia from Final Fantasy 15? It's just a fucking talking car.
I think it would be an improvement.
Conveniently, yes.
Objection!
No! I have no recollection of saying that at all. Juror number 4.
Oh,
Make no mistake. You jurors are not special in any way. You are not immune to the judicial process.
Homie out here actively trying to lose cases.
If you know something about this knife, madam, let the truth come out.
but that's just a common or garden knife. It could have come from anywhere. We have several like that at home. If one went missing, how would you expect me to know?
What's that?
Are you joking? What are you saying? Please, Miss Garadeb.
Now you listen to me. I refuse to believe all this nonsense. I couldn't bear the thought that I'd injured someone. Do you hear? I couldn't bear it.
Really? Not like your husband?
He deserved all that tea. Oh, the poor woman. So, yes, I want evidence. I want to see hard evidence that you're gonna insist on this being my fault.
I bet. Hey, yo, John, show us your face.
You're gonna have to prove to me that I threw that knife if that's what you think. Come along now. Chop, chop, do your worst.
Well,
Well, Mr. Naruto?
yeah. If I had evidence like that, believe me, I would have thrown it at her already.
And take a stand, juror. The prosecution does not object to the defense's request to cross-examine this woman.
I don't understand Van Zeek's game yet. Thank you, Lord Van Zeeks.
You know, he's
I'm gonna have to testify?
Did I stutter? Juror number 4. As I'm sure you will appreciate, having observed it with your own eyes today, witness testimony can lead to the most extraordinary truths being unearthed. Truths of which the witness themselves may not even have been aware.
Oh, dearie me.
So, I demand your full and unadulterated testimony, Miss Geradeb,
That raw testimony.
and mark my words, in this court of law today, we shall extract the truth.
All right.
All right, fine.
Do you
Hey.
concur, counsels?
Bet.
Certainly, my lord.
Oh, that's what I'm hoping for, my lord. This is such a strange feeling. For the first time since I'm sorry. For the first time since arriving in this country, it actually feels real. I'm here in the Old Bailey, and I'm a lawyer. Okay, wow, that was like...
Who
Witness.
gave this woman tea? Who gave this woman tea?
State your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Joan Geradeb.
Oh, do you actually need tea?
And I'm, well,
Do you need tea? Because you're going to be on the stand for a bit, I guess.
I'm not gonna go down and get, my back hurts too much.
All right.
I have water. It's just not tea. I'm a juror and such like.
It sounds like even she doesn't know if she's a housewife or a maid or what anymore. That's why I'm a catboy, male wife, femboy. Mm-hmm.
Court has decided your testimony is required in order to clarify matters in this case.
Thank you, Dan.
Do you understand, madam? Do you understand? Sorry.
Yes, my lord.
You will tell the court everything that took place in your household on that evening in question. And I warn you, do not attempt to hide the truth.
Oh, dearie me.
You want that, Chris? It's Mr. Geradeb.
Chin up, Joni. Nothing to worry about now.
Just checking in. It's me, John Geradeb, and I'm a piece of garbage.
Is he really gonna get near her while she has tea? Oh, I didn't know you were here, John.
I don't know why that man looked like Metapod, but I think we made that joke previously.
I don't think we did.
Yes, we did.
Did we?
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Oh gosh.
I think I called him a
Yes.
quote Metapod head looking ass.
Yeah,
Wasn't
that
only
sounds
you in
about
that-
right.
Wasn't only you in that room that day, old thing, was it? Rather, I think I ought to testify as well, don't you?
But what about your knee, dear?
Don't you worry about that. Hardly notice it. I'm not the sort of chap to leave a comrade to face disciplinary action alone. Yeah, where are your fucking comrades when your wife was throwing a knife at you then, dude?
Look, this is a general reminder that in this channel we do not kink shame, we kink grade and evaluate.
D tier.
D tier.
I presume you are Mr. John Garadeb Dinkelheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too.
You're also wait, the judge is John Garadeb Dinkelheimer Schmidt, judge?
Judge John Dare, whatever.
Yes, sir. Former second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment of the 4th Northumberland Fusiliers, sir. Seen my fair share of action and now living the quiet life, as it were.
A quiet life. Were you not engaged in an incendiary battle with your spouse on the other day in question?
Ah, well, yes. Quite.
I believe this may represent a first in the proud history of the British court.
What, not complete racism?
Calling a juror to the witness stand is unprecedented. However, the court will hear your testimony now, juror number 4, and that of your husband. You will recount clearly and concisely the events in your home at the time of the incident in question.
Sir, at once.
It's weird that they don't use his first name, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I am actually.
Ah, well, that's because of sexism.
You're right. Don't worry, I'll pour tea on his lap. He'll be fine. He enjoys it, clearly.
Do he though?
Well, he hasn't taken better actions to stop me.
But he got a bad knee.
Man could have done more.
He looks like if you touched him the wrong way, he would fall apart.
Look at that, like, shoulder. Just that hurts my back just to watch.
He is slanted up.
Like, my dude.
I mean, I know he's using a walking cane, but like still, that is pretty drastic. Up with his lip.
I think Kyo's gonna bring tea back for me.
You know, he kind of reminds me of Handsome Jack.
What?
It's Handsome Jack plus Metapod. That's what it is.
Yeah.
boy. I guess they. Yeah.
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 You can't unsee it now.
Um. Maybe. Mayhap. I did think it was interesting how what they tried to do for both of them. You
You
know,
have the very round versus the very angular.
Mr. Garrideb is supposed to be, from the side view, he's supposed to be a moon, and Mrs. Garrideb is the sun.
Yeah, she's got a sunny disposition. I got jokes.
Tried me out, and I have.
Somebody asked if this is based off of Phoenix Wright. Yeah, this is like a prequel to Phoenix Wright.
That's Chris.
Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now.
Hmm.
Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though and got the window open.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Plenty of knives around our place. I can't say I'd notice if one or two went missing, I'm afraid.
Sus.
If that bally thing in the victim's back was really one of ours, you'd have a job proving it, I think.
It sounds as though it was quite the battlefield in your household that evening. Although, an entirely one-sided assault it seems.
The enemy caught us on the hop, sir. Had no choice but to dig in and take defensive measures. To be honest, if the enemy had kept shelling us for another minute, we'd have been toast. Of course, a veteran such as myself is only too aware that on every battlefield, you're just a gnat's whisker from death at any moment.
Are we still talking about a marital quarrel here?
Well, I must say, I'm dubious that this testimony will shed any light on the origins of this jackknife.
You're wrong! Wait, wrong game.
In combat, one's focus narrows such that surroundings are barely noticed. These witnesses may not be able to offer anything more than they have testified already. This may be a dead end.
Hmm. Yo, Dan, thanks for handing out this stuff. Super appreciated. Welcome to the Pepper Bar. Van Zeeks may well be right.
Well, whatever the chances, we only have this last cross-examination to uncover the truth, Mr. Naruhodo.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm afraid so.
Very well, counsel. Begin your cross-examination.
Can I do a cross-faced crippler instead?
I don't think so.
Objection?
Overruled.
Damn.
Yes, on the day you're referring to, the wife and I did have a bit of a skirmish. Can't recall the reason now.
Hold it!
The reason is what you told us yesterday, I believe.
Yes, that's right. If I remember correctly, it all started because of a note that was tucked into the pages of a book belonging to Mr. Garrett.
A rather passionate note, in fact. Aye. But Mrs. Garrett found the note, discovering her husband's little secret.
And she gave him a mighty number of slaps across the face for it, too.
Ayo, why are you smiling about that? Alfina?
Do you really want the answer to that question?
No, moving on.
What a sordid tales of affairs. Hell on earth.
Answer?
I say, when a chap says he doesn't recall such things, it's common decency not to drag it all up. And besides, half of it was wide of the mark anyway.
A likely story.
Oh man, sweat.
Whew. These waters run very deep.
And what transpired next, after these multiple blows to the face?
Knocked a candlestick over and set fire to the carpet. Soon had it out though and got the window open.
Hold it!
And the fire also spread to some items of furniture, didn't it?
The bookcase, my armchair, anything of mine, really. Just so happens there was some bathwater around that evening, so I sloshed that about to put it out.
Wait, excuse you?
What?
Why is there bathwater laying around?
Gamer girl bathwater, of course.
No,
This
it's
is
gamer boy
Garrett
bathwater.
Deb.
Yeah, look, it's gamer boy bathwater. The other one is gamer girl pee.
Oh jeez.
Oh,
I'm still more upset that somebody actually bought your bathwater.
some ones. It was multiple.
What?
Let me, live with some small delusion that it only happened once.
Happened time.
I hate
Okay.
you.
All right.
It glows in the dark. To be fair, it makes a cute nightlight.
Does that really make it better?
No.
I have to get a pedicure first, I spirits.
I hate a lot of things.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Moving on.
A most precarious situation you put yourself in.
Ours is a 3-story townhouse on the west side of the street where the water main isn't connected yet.
West side?
Have to draw water from the public water pump during the day if you need any, you see.
Oh, that makes sense.
The lodgers are always moaning that they can't get any water at night. Although, that little mustache Japanese man buys water in bottles, I believe.
That checks out. The defendant, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes. He receives a stipend for his studies, from his home country.
Oh, that would be nice.
Can you imagine being able to brew a pot of tea at all hours? He's obviously very well off.
Hmm.
And you just waste tea, but whatever.
Yeah. Have you actually seen the state of the man?
I believe he uses all of his income to buy books.
Does he eat the pages?
What a dork.
Yeah, I would do that though.
Well, anyway, the point is, I was able to douse the fire with water, fortunately enough.
Meanwhile, I was picking up whatever I could find to throw at him.
Hold it!
Even though the room was on fire?
As far as I was concerned at the time, it was more important to extinguish my anger than the flames. When a woman wants to throw, she must throw.
Is that the line I say the next time I absolutely just cock up a run?
That is most certainly not true of Susato Takedown, Mr. Naruto.
God, please no. How did she know that I was thinking that?
Women's intuition.
So, please cast your mind back and try to remember. Was a knife among the items that you threw at your husband that day?
In all honesty, I don't recall. But I feel I must point out that I'm no monster.
You threw flaming books.
Listen,
By Jupiter!
fire pretty and it makes a beautiful weapon. Let me see. Some bread, a cabbage, garlic, making a soup, a towel, and a sponge, and a napkin.
How far did the napkin go?
Excuse me!
Yeah, paper airplane napkin. Do you have something to add, sir? Mr. Garadeb.
Ed, don't shoot! Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Did your wife's remarks now just bring something to mind?
Nothing of any significance, no. Just that the barrage of projectiles the old thing launched in my direction. Was somewhat more solid than she implies. Books, bricks, and the fire poker, I seem to recall.
Ouch.
And the woman's aim is uncanny. She landed a direct hit with every volley. Good grief, woman. We're not at home now. This is a court of law.
Oh, dearie me. Ever so sorry, dear.
As someone that has very recently poured hot water on their knuckles, that hurts.
I was just making ramen and scalded my entire palm like earlier tonight.
Ugh. Worst.
I stand by. Who gave this woman tea?
I mean, to be fair,
Why did
you're
he
right.
get near her while she had tea?
He is into it.
Think you're victim blaming.
I think you're victim.
Hold on a
Girl,
second. Hold on
girl
a
boss,
second.
gate light,
Hold on a
gas key.
second. Hold on a second. She got called to the stand. She gets called to the stand, and he goes, "Hey, you know what, hun? I'm gonna come stand next to you. I see you have a pot of." He knows what he did.
Are you
Yeah,
calling
okay.
him a
I'm with
filthy
you on that.
philanderer?
I'm saying he enjoys the burns.
Are you saying, Granddad, she a hoe? I love you, Aaron Magruder. Ugh. What's she even doing with a teapot in here?
Honestly, John, I would never have thrown such things at you, obviously.
Well, take a look at this then. How do you suppose that happened? Hmm?
I swear to God, if she says it fell down some stairs, I'm calling the police.
Oh. Your pipe, sir.
Had this thing in my hand, as usual, at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean out with one of her soft projectiles she did. Yes.
Your point?
And when I went to pick the thing up, it was broken in two. I'd like to see a sponge do that sort of damage.
You should see what I can do with a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One controller.
That is not a soft object, sir.
You should probably stop stirring your tea with it if you don't want it to become fragile.
I see. Your pipe was broken.
It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Anyway, I've managed to bandage the clean slice in it for now.
You are one to exaggerate, aren't you, dear?
I wonder what we should make of this account. It's likely important. The defense believed Mr. Garadeb's remarks just now to be of great significance. God, shut up!
It's
Fucking
war
gay Dracula.
veterans.
Fuck.
This war veteran's words only tell us one thing. Betray a fiery wife, and pipes, as well as hearts, may be broken.
Dan Zeeks knows something about banging pipes.
Be careful before I lay the pipe.
Ooh woo.
Sentimental wisdom, perhaps, but hardly worthy of adding to the formal testimony.
In the silent words of the Virgin Mary, come again?
Capcom. I'm gonna Capcom what I was gonna say.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
before
Uh-huh.
before
Come on to all of you.
One might say common sense, yes.
might one?
In that case, would you at least permit us to examine the pipe, sir?
Hmm? Well, I don't see why not.
Oh, dearie me. There you go again, trying to ingratiate yourself with the young lady.
Very well. The court will accept the gentleman's pipe as evidence.
Ayo.
Bring it out of your pants, please.
Oh, wipe that thing off. It's all crusty and dusty.
Mm.
I hope I didn't speak out of turn, Mr. Naruhodo.
Not more than any one of us.
I was just feeling rather disappointed for you that your request was turned down.
Oh man, she down bad for the Naruhodo. Oh no, it's fine. Thanks to Susato-san, we have some new evidence to work with. We should examine it carefully.
Well, thank you for that rebuttal, Mr. Garadeb. Now, if we could return to the crux of the matter, what can you tell the court about the knife used to attack the victim?
I can tell you that it was sharp.
Plenty of knives around our place. Can't say if I noticed if one or two went missing, I'm afraid.
Ayo? Oh, something just twinkled inside the chamber of the pipe there. It's not his crack.
Yes.
They didn't have crack back then.
I'm just like, dude out here smoking glass, trying to die, I guess?
Homie out here smoking that wet.
Yes, I saw it.
the
Something's
wet?
stuck in there, I think.
Let's turn it over and give it a shake. We're gonna grab this man's pipe, turn it over, and give it a shake. See what comes
Shake,
out.
Shake,
Whoa.
shake.
Well, what's this? It's all sticky and white. It's a tiny fragment of metal. It looks like
It
the...
looks
Oh,
the
that's
tip
you.
of a blade or something. I was paying attention.
The tip of a blade? Surely. It couldn't be. The fragment of metal has been entered into the court record.
Objection.
Oh, oops. My finger
Objection,
slipped.
hearsay.
Yeah, no, I meant to hit A, not Y.
What does strike me as your...
Yeah, nah, I goofed it and boofed it. Now I gotta make a safety save in case anything bad happened. All right, gonna look at the damn evidence again. This is the tiny piece of metal we found in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
It looks like the tip of a blade or something.
Tip of a blade?
Is something wrong, Mr. Naruhodo?
I don't really know. There's just something niggling me, but I can't quite put my finger on what it is. I just 1000% wanted to make sure closed captions did not bang me shut there. Yeah. Thanks, Naruhodo.
Perhaps in this case, it would be wise to examine some of the other pieces of the evidence again?
All right. How about the knife?
Knife.
Oh, how interesting.
Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip?
I said what I said.
All right, fair enough.
A small piece of the blade appears to be missing.
Wait, part of it's missing? I could be wrong, but I've just got a feeling. You remember this?
I'm hooked on a
That's-
feeling.
More
I am.
than a feeling. I was really hoping everyone else would jump in on
That's
jump
a
in on
different
that one.
song. That's the tiny fragment of metal that we found inside Mr. Garrideb's pipe.
Yes, just maybe.
Oh my, it's a perfect fit.
The tip's a perfect fit.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Somehow, I just knew it.
You knew just the tip?
I knew it'd be a perfect fit. Just the tip.
All
Just-
these Marth mains out here hitting with just the tip.
Sheesh.
That bally thing in the victim's back was really one of ours. You'll have a job proving it, I think.
Hey yo, there's one of my favorite Thades and or gentle thems, Aki Bread in the chat. Sheesh.
Objection.
Objection. Please stare at just the tip.
Oh well?
Mr. Garrideb, could I ask you to take a good look at this, please?
You can ask, but I can't see a bally thing.
It's
Yeah.
just the tip.
You can't?
You used to call me Dead-Eye Deb back in the regiment, of course, but that was some time ago now. Even when I'm trying to enjoy a large print book by the fire these days,
Have you tried glasses?
I struggle to tell a B from a D and a P from a Q to be.
That's called dyslexia.
Yeah.
You're just dyslexic, sir. It's okay.
Oh, he does. Dearie me, it's rather weary being asked about every other letter and every other word.
You must be very dussy. Dussy.
What is that? A tiny scrap of metal?
Yes, almost certainly from the tip of the blade. And what may appear at first to be just a tiny scrap is in fact a crucial piece of evidence.
Hmm. Interesting. And where did the defense come by this evidence?
It was lodged in the chamber of Mr. Garrideb's pipe.
My pipe, you say? By Jove, I wonder how that got there.
Not 'cause I threw it at you, dear.
And what precisely does this fragment of metal signify, Council? Are you suggesting that it is in some way related to the matter of the stabbing on Briar Road?
I am.
What?
When put together with another piece of evidence already in the court record, I believe this tiny fragment of metal will unravel the whole truth of this case, my lord.
Look at
Gaming.
his burnt cheeks.
You appear rather confident in that extraordinary statement, Counsel. Very well, then. Present the pertinent evidence to the court. What evidence, when paired with this fragment of metal, allegedly reveals the truth of this entire case?
Take that!
This is the knife that was found in the victim's back. If you look closely, you will see that there's a small piece at the tip of the blade that is missing.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Common issue with the inferior blades sold at unsavory street markets.
Yeah, I know. That's why mine's. I think my daily carry is SV10. That stuff hard.
Criminals who use them regularly leave the tips lodged in their victims' bones. And what of this particular knife? No doubt its tip has suffered the similar fate. Now languishing somewhere near the spine of the victim.
Objection.
No, that's not the case.
Hmm?
The tip of this particular knife's blade is the very fragment of metal we discovered in the chamber of Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
Good grief! Lord Van Zeeks!
Why would he know, bitch?
I don't believe it! The knife from the crime scene and this fragment of metal are a perfect match. Holy gracious! I don't know. Order! 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 Is this some sort of Eastern sorcery?
Ikum bokum.
Ecum pocum.
This is no magic, my lord. This is a miracle. A miracle?
So, Van Zeeks has figured it out, has he?
So, explain this extraordinary coincidence at once.
Yes, my lord. The crucial point we have to ask ourselves here is when did the fragment of metal find its way inside Mr. Garadeb's pipe?
Something that was clarified for us in the most recent testimony.
Had this thing in my hand, usual, at the time of the onslaught. Knocked it clean with one of her soft projectiles she did, yes. It would never have been sent flying unless it was hit by something pretty solid. Oh, dearie me.
During the argument between these two that occurred, just as the victim was on the pavement below, Mrs. Garadeb flung this knife at her husband. However, the knife missed Mr. Garadeb, instead striking the pipe in his hand at the time.
Which caused the tip to break off, of course.
Just the tip.
Just the tip. Good lord! Just the tip?
Yes, and that's when the tip of the blade, just the tip, found its way inside Mr. Garadeb's pipe.
The chances of that are 1,000,000 to 1.
Yeah, but this is a like Phoenix Wright game. You have to understand. Those are the odds. And yet, there's no other credible explanation for how the tip of the blade ended up in your pipe. Then, after losing its tip, the knife ricocheted off the pipe and flew out the window.
Ah,
In short, this knife, which fell from the window of the Garadeb's house, is the very same knife that struck the victim in the middle of the back on the street below.
Oh gosh! Oh dear! Oh. No!
Objection.
Uh-oh. The chussie's out.
full-bodied theory. I'll give you that.
Hmm.
A complex bouquet of seemingly trivial points, plausibly arranged to create an almost passable vintage. Allow me to toast my learned friend's characteristically Nipponese approach to bottling his argument.
I'm sorry, was that words?
But after all, it is just a theory. The bottle, I fear, is corked. Because you see,
Dun-dun-dun.
it. Yo, why you gotta. Why you.
That was a flex.
Why the fuck is your boot up on that stand, prosecutor? It's spoilt by an insurmountable inconsistency. Kiss the boots.
An insurmountable what? What are you on about?
Lord Van Zeeks, get your goddamn boot off that podium!
I will tell you right now that Van Zeeks has never experienced in his life a chancla. Don't put your feet up on the table. Number one, shoes off in the house. Number two, no feet on the table.
What is this inconsistency you claim to have identified? An inconsistency of the simplest nature, my lord. The victim was found with the knife planted in the middle of her back.
Yes, in her. Ah.
That's right, you silly little man.
Now, Joan, old thing, what are you getting so excited about?
Let us consider the basic facts of the case once more. The victim was walking along the pavement before being stabbed in the back and falling to the ground. If the knife that struck her had fallen from above,
Bruh.
it would have been a 360 no scope, baby. There's no possible way it could have planted itself into the victim's back.
I got the MLG Gamer air horn for you.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah!
Order! Order! Hors d'oeuvres.
Disorder.
Oh, I'm pretty hungry.
Hors d'oeuvres? Hey, yo, you want to? You trying to split a shrimp cocktail?
Oh, did you know?
Yes, actually.
Yeah, I would absolutely destroy some shrimp right now, straight up.
I could fuck me up some shrimp. Yup, for real.
Ashy, we don't kink shame tables. I mean, I'm pretty sure Pornhub has an entire category devoted to glass tables.
I don't.
Like, I'm 90% sure. Can someone do the research for me? I'm not doing it on stream. I know better.
I don't want to be here.
It's too late.
May I be excused?
No, you're locked.
Did you find the
Get your ass back down.
new kink
Oh,
acquired?
Why on earth would I look for that?
New kink acquired.
You can't-
Quite right, you see. That's exactly right. If the knife had fallen on her from above, it
Damn,
would have
she
struck
smacked
her
his
on the
whole
top of her
eyeball.
head.
Well,
I knew it. I never liked his theory in the first place.
I know, though. What really did happen?
It would appear the defense has made rather a spectacular blunder. Blender, I could go for a smoothie.
Ooh, we getting smoothies?
I have some leftover silken tofu if you're interested.
Ooh,
That extra protein.
tasty.
If a theory has even one inconsistency, it cannot stand. Your theory, my learned friend,
Is history.
You were so close. I could see the truth. I was so sure we were on the right track. But now, the way has been blocked completely by just one simple inconsistency. Or in other words... Oh.
We simply need to eliminate the one inconsistency and then the theory will stand.
Up, here's Susato to the rescue. Miss Susato.
You mustn't worry, Mr. Naruhodo. You were just caught off guard, that's all, and your mind went blank. But the path you are on is indeed correct, then a way will present itself. The key to this is in the court record, I'm sure. All the information you need is there.
Ah!
it seems you have nothing to say, my Nipponese friend. Well, your silence speaks volumes. A tacit acceptance that your theory is fatally flawed.
Yeah, we got the big words, right? The roughies. I know what it is. I know what it is.
I know what.
This inconsistency doesn't mean that I was on the wrong track. It means that I need to sharpen my mind and dig deeper for the truth. It's a test. Yes. If the knife fell on the victim from above, there's no way that it could have hit her in the middle of the back. Under normal circumstances, that is.
What are you implying?
Counsel?
There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can explain this inconsistency. That can explain how the knife that fell from above could have pierced the victim's back. We already have the
Go
answer.
on. Goodness.
Christoph?
Utter madness.
Surely this must be the last time.
You hope.
Counsel, present the evidence